Good evening, everyone. This is once again Marvin Smith, back live and direct. I didn't give this. Um, I didn't give this really title. So what I want to talk about today is tomorrow upcoming event at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to talk about the Money Rehab Series and what is the Money Rehab Series that I'm going to be discussing. As I had a big discussion today with a young man who came to my office, and we it was interesting. It was very interesting today. He came to my office, and we talked a lot, and we had a deep discussion. And the main thing is, as you getting this knowledge and coming in contact with this knowledge of people, uh, I think what's great is that doing this series, Money Rehab, as I mentioned before, there's we think of rehab, we think of rehabilitation. So I'm going to be talking about just as I talked to the young man today, who pretty much I would say I'm mentoring, who came to my office today, and we talked about so much stuff. We talked about the credit and the FICO system, and we talked about just investing into yourself. What you put in is what you able to withdraw. So think of life as an ATM, access to materials, access to money. So think of life as an ATM. What you deposit is what you're going to be able to withdraw. You will find that if you were an ATM, symbolic, how many people that you know around you will deposit? Because as an ATM, people do deposit in your life, whatever you allow them to deposit. A lot of people deposit negativity into your life because you invite these people in your space. And when they're in your space, what happens? They don't bring the right type of mentality that can uplift you and give you the tools. They're not the type of people that's working in the room. They don't bring nothing to the table. They're takers. They're thieves, and they steal. But yet you voluntarily allow them at your dinner table. See, everybody that come to eat with you is not there to eat with you. However, they're there to want act as if they're with you in disguise, waiting for your downfall. So the key is one thing I learned in life is you have to be in control of the people around you. You have to be in control to who have access to you. I'm not talking that you can't intermingle with people or talk to people. But what I'm saying that you can't always invite people in your space. You can't always you have to stop saying that a person that you met tomorrow, they're my friend. Everybody's running that friend thing. Everybody that you meet, they are acquaintances, but yet they have to prove themselves to you. So I'm enjoying tomorrow's topic will be coming up tomorrow at 6 p.m. And the Money Rehab series basically is about a renewing of the mind. And how do you renew your mind? You have to be re-educated, or for some, they have not been educated, so they make mistakes. Why? Because no one has taught them, or I made a comment to the young man today in my office. And I said to him, the difference between the rich and the poor is the rich ask questions. The rich seek knowledge. They seek solutions. Yet the poor reject knowledge. The poor run away from knowledge. The poor complains. And we all complain. But what are you doing about it? Are you complaining so much that you have parked yourself into misery? You have parked yourself for not being productive. But when you invest into yourself and look inside of yourself, your life is just a mirror and a reflection of your thoughts and who you are as a person, as an individual. So that's what's important to me. Being able to communicate with people. And that's a beautiful thing when you can do that. And that's what I had to learn. I had to learn that in order for me to get to where I had to go in life, I was going to make mistakes. Some were minor, some were major. But I learned. And then what I did was, life is funny. I've always said that life is a classroom, and we all must pay tuition. So this life is always going to put us in a position where it's just a reflection of who we are, what we are, and decisions that we make. And it's very important that we out here working hard to strive for excellence. See, God has given, when you have this knowledge, Christ said in St. John 8:32, you should know the truth, and the truth shall make you what? Free. The truth as you discovered it. He didn't say the Bible. He said you should know the truth. What truth? The truth as if you discovered it. The truth that woke you up. A lot of you woke up from whatever you was dealing with. It could be drugs, alcohol. You should know the truth. So you came to the truth and said, you know what? I'm not here to abuse my body. So I know that I have to what? Stop. You should know the truth, and the truth should make you what? Free. So I am free. So when I say that I'm spiritual, I believe in God. However, I don't attach myself to religion. I don't attach myself to the Baptist church. I don't attach myself to being Catholic. I don't attach myself to being Pentecostal. Have I read the Bible? Yes, I read the Bible back and forth and know it and can break it down. But I'm free to be who I am and what I am. Yet God has no personality except for in me and as me. I am the manifestation of the creation. So I am free. I have liberty. Yet operate within the laws. Because there's my world. My world exists with laws and principles. Then there's the laws and principles of nature. There's the laws and principles on the federal level, the state level, the local level. There's laws and principles at your job. But a lot of you that's living, you have no laws and principles. That's why Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, from the 1st to the 15th verse, is very not that many verses, right? So from 1 to 15, if you do these things, you shall prosper. From 16 to 68, now it goes into the punishment and the outcome when you don't listen. And I had to learn that as I was growing into manhood and being a man, I realized that I had to develop laws. What is law? Living as within the laws and principles. That's the acronym. And when you are not operating in the law, you operate outside the law, living as without. So when I realized that I had to move different, I talk different. But one thing I learned is this. I've learned how to move. And that's why it says, wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. A lot of times you have to learn how to blend in the room without people knowing what your true intentions are. That's what that means. When Christ said, be wise as a serpent, if you look at the serpent, that's a snake and how the snake moves, right? Wise as a serpent, wise as the serpent that's in the room. That can be your house, that can be your family house or friend's house or wherever you at. Wise as the serpent, harmless, meaning that what? You are wise as a serpent, but yet you remain harmless because you're blending in. Because no one knows your true inner thoughts and know your intentions unless you reveal them. So that's why it's important how you move. And I love to look at the tiger. People say, oh, the lion, the king of the jungle. No, he's not. That's what people say. But out of all the cats, the tiger is the biggest and the strongest of all of them. And he can kill the lion. The tiger moves by himself. Yet the tiger adapts to their surroundings. The tiger adapt to their surroundings. And they travel alone when they go kill. The lion, especially the male lion, they travel in wolf pack. That's how they kill you. Nah, is the lion a joke? No. Get in a cage with them and see what happens. So that's why it's important. What I'm going to be talking about is a lot of you is going to, it's going to spark change. Who, when, why, when. And when you ask that question, why, when why pop into your mind, that is the opening to consciousness. Then you'll say, who, what? That word why is powerful. And you'll start to question things. That when now you're going into an unconscious state. So it's kind of like if you was in a ditch and you was making your way to the top, but yet someone came and threw dirt back on you and you fell back in that hole. That's you reaching the tip of it. You're getting close. And a lot of you are close, but you allow someone to pull you down. You allow someone to influence you and stop you from what you're doing. A lot of you are close, but some of you are also afraid to see what the other side is. Because sometimes you have to be in an uncomfortable situation in order to act and respond different. And that what happened to me in 2016. I was put in a peculiar position the first time in my life. Yet I had to do what? I had to resort to being like the tiger and survive. I was in an unknown place. So it's kind of like I've got the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger when he comes and hit Earth. So I felt that growing up, now I had to take what? Survival skills. And I had to, it was like I was in war. And I had to strategically plan. I had to observe my surroundings so that I could survive. 2016, I'll never forget it. And that taught me and gave me a perspective in life. I call it from a real life perspective. No bullshitting. And I see it from that perspective. I see life for what it really is. And the people that I saw a lot of things. Where before I thought for my feelings what I feel people should be versus who they are. And people say, man, you changed. Man, I tweaked a little bit of things. I changed for the better. I stopped giving a fuck what people think. Somewhat how they feel. Not disrespecting no one. But what I'm saying is I move different now. I'm number one. I'm number one. I put no one above me or before me. That position is mine, never to give that up. So I'm looking forward to sharing what I know. Right? It's like a kid when he comes home. He's so excited about his grades. So he runs in the house and says, Mommy, 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 or Daddy, Daddy, guess what? I got an A. And that's when the parents are so proud of the child because the child is a byproduct of them. So when that child goes out in the street, he represents who? His father and mother, which is his name. He or she. So when your son or daughter come home and they run through that door and run in your arms, isn't that a beautiful feeling? So think of getting knowledge as being a child. You have to now relearn or learn over is renewing of your mind. And when you have a renewing of your mind, you think different, you move different. That don't mean you have to separate yourself from people because you're going to need them, but you don't depend on them. You learn to look outside your circle. That's why Christ said, who's my father, who's my mother? Them that do the will. Them that do the will. What is a will? A will is a purpose. What's your will? Your will might be to be a real estate investor. So you're going to do what? Them that are investors who are in alignment, because your thoughts have to be in alignment with what you feel. Now you are going to partner with these people. They're going to be as if they was your family, but they're not. But they are a different family. This family is the family of prosperity and success. And now you go on and you're successful. Why? Because you change your thoughts. And your thoughts and your feelings are in alignment with each other now. You don't give a fuck what people think about you. And you move in silence. I'm about to say the tiger, he moves in silence. He's an apex predator. So you got to learn to be wise as the serpent, harmless as the dove. You don't tell anybody what you're doing. You don't tell people what your true intentions are. You keep that to yourself. Because many people are roadblocks. There are many people who will purposely try to stop you. But yet it's because you allow it. Sometimes you don't know how to function without chaos. Sometimes you don't know how to function without negativity. Because if that's what you're used to, when things are positive, that's strange to you. Because you're expecting something to happen or go wrong. Because that's all you know. But you can change that. So there's no excuse now for why you can't have, why you can't do. So when you're in that element and you're moving, remember, the tiger is an apex predator. He travels alone. I even watch the nature of a squirrel, how they move. It's amazing. Squirrels don't come out at nighttime. They only come out in the daytime. And then when one go eat, there could be a bunch of squirrels. That's why the squirrel go up and down in the garbage. Why? Because he's always on the lookout for who's going to dump something in the garbage and for the other squirrels. Because he's not trying to share it with them. So he moves by himself. And the squirrel comes out every day not knowing if they're going to eat or not. But they believe, they have faith. Faith without works is what? Dead. So I want to say I'll see everyone tomorrow at 6 p.m. Looking forward to the Money Rehab series. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Have a good night.